Hi! So I really wanted to recreate the look Ariana wore for her Positions album, which came out 2 months ago, I think. And what made this look really appealing to me was that although it is very mod and 60s inspired, it's still like bronzed up and doesn't have like the chalky paleness of like actual 60s makeup. And the eye makeup, although being really graphic and having this exaggerated crease shape, I think it's still so wearable because the colors are very earthy, bronzy, and I don't know, very natural. And I thought it would be so much fun to recreate it. I really hope you enjoy watching. I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel. That would be really sweet. And please make sure to give this video a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I like to know either way. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. So I've already put on some foundation and did some spot concealing just to cover any imperfections. And now, before powdering down my skin to achieve this really matte and flawless finish, I'm just going to put on some cream bronzer just to warm up my complexion because I'm really pale. I'm a lot paler than Ariana is. And although I'm never going to achieve her skin tone, I just want to warm up my chest area and around the perimeters of my face. I'm gonna take the Healthy Glow Bronzing Cream by Chanel, which arrived today, but I've already used it because this is my third time filming this. And it's really nice. When you start blending it in, it comes off really strong at first, and I'm always thinking I took too much, but then it blends in so seamlessly into my skin. You see how pretty this looks. And then I'm going to take this down the neck, into my ears, and on my chest, along the sides of my nose, into my eyebrows, and on my chin. I don't know why, but it makes it look more natural. Then I'm quickly going to take a small kabuki brush just to blend in very, very little of my translucent powder because my skin feels so dry today, and I already had to take off my makeup twice today, which doesn't help with my dryness. So I'm really going to focus it just into the center of my face. My foundation did dry down matte anyways, so a little goes a long way. This was the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. Take this down my neck as well, and I think I'm going to start with my eyes before doing any contour. So I'm going to start by putting a really light concealer onto my eyelids. This is Chantilly. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly. The lightest shade by NARS. And I'm just gonna blend this out with my fingers and then set this with the brush I used earlier to set my face. Instead of going straight in with a liner to carve out the exaggerated crease shape, I'm gonna take a cream shadow stick by Bobbi Brown. This is in the color Taupe, and put this onto a blending brush. Blend this out on the back of my hand so I don't have too much product on the brush. And then roughly going to start defining the crease. Just following the shape of the crease, but slightly above it. And then dragging this out. Being really soft, take as much time as you need. I'm already blending this into my nose because it is a very natural shade. Then I'm going to take a very thin precision brush and the cream bronzer by Chanel I used earlier. Blend it out the tiniest bit on the back of my hand and then start defining the line. Already mimicking an eyeliner. Then taking a very dark bronzer, taking a precision brush, dipping this into the bronzer. Again, blending this out on the back of my hand. It is always easier to go in with more product later than to take away excess. Starting to carve out the line even more. Because I'm so pale, and second of all because I want it to be a very light and daytime look, I'm not going to take a black eyeliner, I'm going to take a dark brown eyeliner. This is the roller liner eyeliner by Benefit. And I'm just going to start by tight lining my upper lash line. This will make my lashes look a lot fuller. And then slightly going to start to make a very thin eyeliner and drag this into the shape we created earlier with the bronzer. Then taking the same precision brush we used earlier and blend out the eyeshadow into the crease shape we created. To get this really 60s mod effect, I'm going to take a concealer brush by Bare Minerals and take the light concealer we used earlier and then carve out again this exaggerated eyelid. You can use any brush, just make sure that it is very stiff so you can achieve the desired shape. And then softly dragging in the eyeliner into the lid. And then blending this out with a blending brush. Just correcting the shape of the eyeliner. I'm just gonna leave my eyes for a bit, and because Ariana has this gorgeous bone structure, I will really need to do some contouring. I'm gonna take the Kevyn Aucoin sculpting powder in light and an eyeshadow brush. Contouring, and especially a nose contour, is very different because face structures are very unique, and I feel like you can't just do it exactly like someone else when you've watched a tutorial. But when you want to thin down your nose, you're gonna just take your fingers and then start to feel around your nose and making sure where the bones actually are. I've seen so many people contouring and they've just followed that line down the nose, and that actually is just going to emphasize the nose just the way it is. What you want to do is put the contour just a tiny bit more into the center to create a thinner looking nose. And I'm gonna blend this in with my kabuki brush. Always blend your contour upwards. If you would blend it downwards, it would just drag down the structures of your face. And then I'm going to take the brush I used earlier to bronze up my face. Dip this into the contouring powder. And then put this slightly above my cheekbone, because I feel like when you start to blend it out, the powder falls down anyway. So it's going to work out perfectly if you contour just above the cheekbone. Quickly going to fill in my eyebrows. So I had to recharge my camera for a bit. I feel like this is going to be what all my videos will have in common. Anyways, I just filled my brows in slightly, and I'm now just going to comb them up with a brow gel. I've filled them in slightly darker than usual just to balance out the eye makeup. And I just wanted to show you that you can always just go back in. I feel like these elaborated eyeshadow looks are always just a big little bit of back and forth. So if you feel like you blended it out a little bit too much, you can just go back in with your eyeliner, retrace that shape, and then blend it in. Onto lips. Ariana's lips had this peachy shade, but with an almost purplish finish. I'm gonna slightly overdraw them with Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk and fill them in a tiny bit. And then putting the tiniest bit of concealer on them just to pale down the lipstick, which is also Pillow Talk by Charlotte Tilbury. I'm gonna apply this with my fingers just to be able to blend in the lipstick. And then I'm going to set down my skin using the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray, which has a really matte finish, so it's going to be perfect. For lashes, for this kind of look, you could definitely wear false lashes, but I want to keep it like very light and simple and natural. So I'm just gonna go in with an eyelash curler and use loads of waterproof mascara just to make my eyes look really cattish. And for this kind of look, I'm going to curl the outer 2/3 of my lashes to give them this cat eye look. And then press the lashes up to remove excess and to make them look more curled. And I feel like that's it. This wraps up this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. This was such a fun video to create. I usually hate like makeup trends and stuff like that, but I really like vintage inspired looks that have like a modern twist. So when I saw this, I knew I wanted to recreate it. Although it is vintage inspired, it is still like such a modern look because you have like the bronzed up skin with the slight contour and really defined eyes. And although the eye is so graphic, it still like blends into the skin so seamlessly, and I feel like this is such a pretty and fun look, and I really hope you recreate it. Anyways, I'll see you next week. Bye!